I'm Jessica, 39. Standing on the porch of my newly renovated lake house, I watch as my parents' car pulls away. The silence that follows is a stark contrast to the chaos that once filled this place. It's been 6 months since the storm that was my family's attempt to take over my sanctuary, and now, as I look around at the beautiful space I've created, I can't help but reflect on how far I've come. It all started at a Sunday dinner at my parents' house. The dining room was bathed in warm sunlight, and the air was filled with the watering aroma of my mom's roast chicken. My dad, a strict and business-minded man in his 60s, was carving the chicken at the head of the table. I was sitting there, enjoying the moment, when my sister Lily, 35, burst in with her husband Tom and their 3 kids. Lily had always been the spoiled one in the family. She was used to getting whatever she wanted, and my parents often indulged her. As soon as she entered, the peaceful atmosphere shattered. The kids were arguing, and Lily made some excuse about traffic near the shopping mall. Then, out of the blue, Lily announced, "We're moving into your lake house next week. Our house has some major plumbing issues." My fork froze in mid-air. My dad quickly added, "It's just sitting there empty, Jessica. It'll only be for a few months." I was stunned. That lake house was my haven. I'd spent 7 years restoring it. I'd bought it for $450,000 and then poured another $100,000 into repairs. 3 years ago, when there was a major leak in the roof, I'd fixed it all by myself while the rest of the family was on a European vacation. It was the place where I'd recovered from a bad breakup, where I'd learned to be independent. Lily kept insisting that family should help family, and my mom and dad backed her up. They said it was my responsibility to take them in. But something inside me snapped. I reached into my bag and pulled out a manila folder. "The contractors start on Monday. It's a full-scale, 10-month renovation," I said, opening the folder to show them the permits and contracts I'd signed 4 months ago. The table fell silent. Lily's eyes widened in disbelief, and my dad's face turned red. "You can't be serious," Lily shrieked. "We've already given notice at our apartment." But I was done being the doormat. I calmly replied, "You'll have to find another place. I've planned this renovation for a long time." My dad tried to use his corporate negotiation skills on me. He said I was being unreasonable and that I should think about the kids. My mom started crying, saying that it would break my dad's heart. But I stood my ground. I reminded them of all the times I'd been left to fend for myself, like when I dealt with the roof leak alone. The next week, when the moving truck showed up at my lake house, I was ready. I'd hired a security company, and the locks were changed. When Lily tried to use her key, an alarm went off. She was furious, but I didn't budge. I even arranged for an auction of the furniture they'd dumped on my lawn and donated the proceeds to a local children's charity. 2 days later, Lily called me, screaming about the auction. But I was calm. I told her that she had no right to leave the furniture on my property. And then my parents came to the lake house to try and talk some sense into me. My dad was angry. He said I was destroying the family and that he could cut me out of the will. But I just laughed. I told him that he'd already done that when I refused to co-sign Tom's failed business loan last year. I showed them the renovation plans and the progress. I explained that I was building a reading nook for the local children's charity. My mom was confused, and my dad was impressed despite himself. As the renovation continued, I received an apology from Lily. She said she was sorry about the furniture. I agreed to have dinner with her next month, but I made it clear that there would be no more talk of moving in. Now, as I stand here in my beautiful, renovated lake house, I know that I've made the right decision. Respecting my boundaries has been the key to finding peace. And I'm grateful that I finally had the courage to stand up for myself. Sunlight dances on the lake, and I take a deep breath, feeling the warmth of the sun on my face. This is my place, and I'm not going to let anyone take it away from me again.